Now we're going to work on the blue, adding the blue into here, and then we can finish our squares. So this is phase 2. First we're going to make our slip stitch. You wrap around twice, and again make sure you've got enough of a tail to tuck you in your work. Then you go over one and over one and pull up, and there's your slip stitch. Put it on your hook. Then we're going to go into our white shells here that we started out with. You can pretty much go into any one. This is where I finished off. You could see if you're looking, but it's not going to be real obvious. But we're going to be working into the point of that large shell. So first we want to do is, well, make sure that's snug. First we want to go ahead and slip stitch into this, and that is now joined. The pattern calls for chain 1, and this is actually not counting as any stitch in the pattern itself as you continue through, but this is giving you something to join to when you finish the round. So now we're going to do 3 single crochets in here. We go in the hole, pull up, there's 2 loops on there, pull through 2, go under, pull up, and pull through 2 loops. So we have 3 double crochets. You can see 1, 2, and 3, and then this is our joining, so that's not going to be part of our pattern. And then we work into these 3 double crochets, and you can see here how it kind of V's here. This is the part you want to work into on this post. So we go ahead and put the needle in, make sure you've gotten 2 hooks on the top, you pull through, you got 2 on the hook, pull through 2 loops, there's your single crochet. Again, go into the loop here, make sure there's 2 on top, pull up and through, there's your single crochet. And the 3rd double crochet here, you work into. Then it says to go ahead and single crochet in the chain 2 space. So we have our chain space here. And this one, again, with chains, it's easier to just kind of wrap around. So you pull up and through, there's your chain 2. Now we're going to start the V in the pattern over here. You could say where the V's go in. And so you're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and then it says work into the 3rd row, chain 2 space of the 3rd row. So you come down here, and I fold it to get it out of the way. Go ahead and put your needle in, so you're only working through this post, it doesn't get tangled up. You pull up and through, and there's your single crochet. You see how it worked in there? It's out of the way. You fold it over. Go ahead and chain 2, and we're going to do that same thing again through row 2. You find the point. There was no chain 2 on this one, so it's between the 2 shells. Again, go ahead and just fold it over and work into that space. This is where it really matters to make sure you keep your work nice and tight, so go ahead and keep pulling and double checking it. And now we worked our way down. The point of the V, we're going to go back up, so chain 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to go back into the 3rd row here. So fold it over at that 3rd row so you can work in, pull up, and single crochet there. You did that. We'll do it one more time. 2, we go into the top row here, single crochet, and through, and you created a V. We will be, in the next row, be working between this V here. So, I mean, it'll straighten out when you get there, or you could do it now. Now we're going to do single crochets in the next 3 double crochets here. So, again, making sure you keep your work tight. You go through, and you see kind of the post here. Look for the little V here to know where you're working into. And then you have your 2 on top. You pull through and through, single crochet. Here, 1, 2, single crochet, and then the last single crochet in the top of your double crochet. Now we're going to do 3 single crochets in the chain 2 space here, or the point of the shell. It's just easier for me to think of it as 3 in the point of the shell. So we go through the hole, we're going to do 3 single crochets, and then now we're at the point of the little asterisk. Repeat the pattern. So we're back down. There's the 3 double crochets, like single crochets, like we did over here, without the joining stitch. So each point we're going to do 3 single crochets, double crochet, single crochet in these double crochets, and then do the V's. And we do that around until we finish. So go into the hole here, a single crochet, in each of the 3 doubles. You can see 1, 2, and 3. So now we're gonna single crochet into the space, and we're gonna start our V again. So we chain 2, fold over your work, and work in the row 3 here space. And if it's hard to fold over, whatever works so that you can get through it. We got 1, chain 2, fold over the work, or whatever helps you make sure that you work into the right space and not get tangled up. Single crochet, we're at the bottom of the V, chain 2 again, go through the 3rd row there, single crochet, chain 2, and we're working off the top row here again. It gets a little clumsy, but you know, you'll get through, the satisfaction of getting through, and we completed the V. Now we're going to do single crochet in the first double crochet here. So we do 3 of those. And see how we've got the beginning parts of our actual snowflakes by working into that. 3 double crochets in the point. And then in the top of the double crochets here, and we're repeating the pattern again at this point. Then the beginning of the V, so single crochet, chain 2, fold over your work, work in the row 3 here, single crochet, chain 2, fold over your work, work in between the bottom row again. There's the bottom of your V. I must have gotten a tangle there. No. The bottom row. There's the bottom of your V. Chain 2. Up in the 3rd row here. Again, fold it over. Single crochet. Then chain 2. And the top of the V. Single crochet up through the shell. Three single crochets in the point. Okay, we're coming up on our last shell here, and we want to do 3 double crochets, or I'm sorry, 3 single crochets in there. Then we're going to go in each of the 3 double crochets here and do a single crochet. And now we'll do our last V. And so we work into the space here, single crochet. And then we'll chain 2, come down in the middle, fold it over, work your single crochet, chain 2, work into row 2 here, the bottom of our V, single crochet, chain 2, we're back up into round 3, single crochet, chain 2, and then the top of the row we do one more single crochet, completing our V again. Then we're going to go into our 3 double crochets here. Oh, and that's the one that I joined the chain, so that's a little more difficult. I'll go ahead and go through the hole here. Let me get that other tag out of the way there. And I'll just single crochet through there. Then you can see here's the next double crochet. I work into that normally. And then the third one. So you still have the 3 double crochets through there. It just gets awkward where you tie it off and join it into the single crochet or the chain. And then we want to, remember we did that extra slip stitch with the chain here to join it into. And then you can see there's still 1, 2, and 3 single crochets in here. So you're going to work between that chain and the first single crochet. And we join it with the slip stitch there. And we're done with row 5. Row 6, we're going to actually work into the top of the point here, so we want to slip stitch in our next single crochet, and that's actually the middle of the 3 single crochets, and this is going to be our pattern. So we go ahead and chain 1 and then single crochet in there. Again, the beginning of the pattern is we're going to join between this chain and the single crochet on the next row. So we chain 3, and then we're going to skip the next 4 double crochets, and we're going to work into our V here into this space here. We're going to do 3 double crochets in there. So I kind of separate it out so you can see it more clearly. And you work 1, you wrap it around once, pull it up, pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops, and the 3rd double crochet, pull through 2 loops and 2 loops, and we chain 3, and then we're doing a single crochet in the middle of our 3 single crochets here. And pull through. Then we're going to chain 3 again. So basically we're going to work into each of the V's and each of the points, but we're going to alternate between a side, the 3 double crochets, or the corner, which is going to be 3 double treble crochets, chain 3, and 3 double treble crochets. It sounds worse than it is, but you just basically, you wrap this around 3 times, and it does become more important to do this one tight when you're doing a much larger stitch. But you wrap around 3 times, go under, pull it up, so you actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the loop. You're going to go through 2, 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and that's a double treble or a double triple crochet. Both are common used. Again, we're going to do another one, so we wrap around 3 times, go under and pull up, so you have 5 on the hook. You go through 2, twice, 3 times, 4 times. So we go wrap it around 3 times, go in the hole, come up, go through 2 loops, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there's 3 double treble crochets, chain 3, again wrap it around 3 times in the hole, go through 2, 2, 2, and the 4th time. So we're going to do 2 more of those. And you see how I kind of grab it as I go up, it kind of helps keep it tight. But that becomes your corner then, is you see in this completed corner, you know, your corner, your side, and you're just alternating through on those V's. So we chain 3, and then we slip, do a single crochet in the middle of the 3 of the point here, and I guess I did that one a little tight. So we single crochet, so we single crochet up here in the point, top of the point, chain 3, and we're going to do the side again. So we're just alternating between a corner and a side is an easy way to think of the pattern. Your 3 double crochets, and then your corner, your 3 trebles, chain 3, 3 trebles. So we're going to do the side, which is a 3 double crochets. Then we're going to chain 3 again. And single crochet in the middle of the point of your shells there. Chain 3. And then we're doing the corner, the long stitches on this one in this V. Again, make sure everything's nice and snug here. It really does help the stitch. 1, 2, 3. Pull it through, loop 2, 2, and you've done that 4 times. Wrap it around 3, pull it up through 2 loops, 2 loops, 2 loops, and 2 loops. And as I'm doing this, my yarn's a little slipperier because I got more of a satin. I'm actually taking on this point here and I put my finger on it to help hold that kind of tight. We wrap it around 3 times, pull through 2, 2, 2, and 2. And then we chain 3, and then 3 more double treble crochets. Again, I kind of hold on to it. 3, go in the hole here, wrap it around 3 times, bring it up, you go through 2 loops 4 times, and there's my 3rd double treble crochet and my corner complete. chain 3, and then do a single crochet in the middle of your chain 3 here, your 3 single crochets or your point, and meet you around the other end. Okay, I just finished my last corner here, the 3 double crochets, a chain 3, and then we're going to join in the top row here between the chain 1 and the first single crochet at the point here, slip stitch through, and that is actually the end of round 6. On round 7, we're going to start off with a chain 3, and that counts as our first double crochet. We're going to be double crocheting in the top of each of these points. We're going to do a double crochet, 2 double crochets in this space here, and then we're going to double crochet in each of these 3 double crochets here. And then we're going to do 2 double crochets in the chain space. And then a double crochet in the single crochet at the point of the snowflake. Pull my yarn out, 2 double crochets in the chain space. So basically each of the chain spaces here, you're going to do 2 double crochets in it. And then we're going to do a double crochet in each of these double treble crochets. So if there's a stitch, you're basically working into it, and in the chains you do certain patterns. This is the corner, so this is the exception to 2 double crochets in each of the spaces. So we did 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 3, and 3 double crochets to keep the corner going here. So we got 1, 2, and 3, chain 3, and then we got 3 more in the same space here. And so we've got our corner again. So we're going to double crochet in each of these double trebles. And then 2 double crochets in the chain space here. In a double crochet in the single crochet at the point, and then we're just going to repeat around. So except for the corners, if there's a chain space, we just do 2 double crochets in it, and then we do double crochets in each of the actual posts of the other stitches here. The double crochets here, we do double crochets into. Two double crochets in the chain. double crochet in the point, the single crochet of the point, 2 double crochets in these chains, and then we're going to go into each of these 3 double treble crochets. And we're at the corner, so we're going to do 3 double crochets, chain 3, and 3 double crochets to maintain the corner. And then again in here, you're just going to keep repeating the pattern around. Okay, we just finished the corner here. 2 double crochets in the chain 2 space. And here's our original chain 3. This is where we're going to finish off. Again, on this, it's easier. You could actually go into the 3rd chain from the hook, if possible. It does usually get pretty tight to do that. Let's see, that would be right about here. Or you could just, you know, do your slip stitch through the whole thing in particular. And then you tie it off. So again, we do enough thread here, or tail, so that you could tuck it in. Pull it through, tighten it down. You're finished off. Now we just need to tighten in the ends. And on this, when you're tightening the ends up, you're going to be working into these stitches here. So you're going to want to go down and try to match the actual yarn. And so you just sew them in like we did on the others. Tuck it down in here this way. Go back and forth. If you go 3 times, it locks it in well. And make sure you finish off this other end too. So we're going to go ahead, and we've got it tied off and I got it threaded. Just go ahead and tuck down through here. And the color's dark, so I'm trying to match the dark and still keep that chain open, because we're going to have to stitch together through there. You can go through these loops. This is always a nice way to get it done. And then loop back around. Again, I pull on it so that I don't get it overly tight, and work from back here for a 3rd round. And then we'll cut that and work on this one. So we cut the one up here, and it blends in well. And this one here, we're going to tuck in too. Again, I think we'll just go through these loops here. Should make it a nice clean hidden loop. Go through multiple ones. Get a little distance in there. It'll help make sure you have more to recover from. Again, go through. That actually winds up being a very nice clean tuck it in at this point. Move that down my hook. And a 3rd time. Again, so it's all nice and tucked in. and things look well. This is a little bit of an awkward knot, but again, we're going to be working through here to do some finishing off extra trim around and stitching it together. Depends on where they fall in that pattern. And so there's your completed square, and we'll be back for phase 3, which will be joining and finishing.